We all know how beautiful marriage can be, but what do we do when marriage is hard? What do we do when things just aren't going according to plan? But before I get into all that, let me welcome you back to my channel. My name is Ayanna, and this is Beyond Committed, where we talk about everything from life, faith, family, marriage, motherhood, and everything in between, and we take them beyond. If this is your first time here, welcome, and make sure you're not a stranger. Make sure you press that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. And make sure you stay till the end because I have a free surprise gift that'll definitely help you as a wife get through those hard times. No matter whether you've been married for 5 months or 5 years, I mean, the ups and downs of marriage can be endless. There are times when there's just bliss. It's, those honeymoon phases are amazing. I mean, you're off the high of the wedding and all the love and the care and the attention and the time you get to spend with each other. I mean, it can be amazing. And then when life kind of happens and the ups and downs of just life and marriage kind of start to take their toll, it can be a little overwhelming and things can get hard. Marriage can get hard. It takes a lot of work. But what do you do when you're in that time, when you're in that season of, okay, you know what? This is just overwhelming. This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I want. This is not what I thought marriage would be or should be right now. And it can be very overwhelming, and it can be very like, okay, you know what? I don't even know if I can do this anymore. But I'm here to encourage you that yes, you can do this, and hard times happen, especially in marriage. And there's 3 important things that we all need to remember as wives when we get to those times when marriage are hard, so that we can still find joy in the midst of it all. Number 1 is take a trip down memory lane. I mean, there have been so many awesome times in your marriage that you can look back on and be like, okay, that was a beautiful time. I can remember when me and my husband were like newlyweds and we had all the time in the world. I mean, we could go on vacations when we want. We could take weekend getaways. We could just hang out in the house all weekend and go nowhere and do nothing. And it was like, okay, this is the life. And then, we had kids and they were an added blessing. My oldest, she was like, mommy's mini me and daddy's baby girl. So she went everywhere with us because it was just us. We didn't live close to family. So you know what? We did everything together as a family and it was a beautiful time. But in the midst of all of those times, there has been some hard times. There has been some ups and downs. And whenever I have a time when I'm like, okay, Lord, this is just extra. I don't know what I'm going to do outside of praying, because that's like a given for any wife, mom, woman prayer is necessary. God is in the midst of everything and wants to help us through anything. We also can take those looks back to see, okay, you know what? To those times when things were not hard, when things were joyful, when things were happy, when you had good times. And it is such a way to just feed into you. It's such a way for you to not look at exactly what's going on right now, but to look back to think that, okay, there have been hard times and I may have been in the midst of a hard time, but there have been some amazing times. There have been some times where, you know what, I have found joy and I have found happiness and I am loving this marriage thing. And it is in those moments that sometimes we need to hold on to. And nowadays, taking a trip down memory lane is a lot easier than it was a long time ago. I mean, you can scroll through your phone, Google Photos, your iCloud. I mean, take a look at your hard drive. There's so many different ways where you can just look back and just see, okay, it may be hard right now, but it hasn't always been. So those memory lane look backs are definitely always needed. And number 2, remember that this season won't last forever. Now, I know this is a lot easier said than done, because in the midst of hard times, especially in marriage, these seasons do feel like they last forever, but they don't. At one time, you will get past this. This season will change. But although we don't get to determine the time, we do get to determine how do we look at it while we're in the midst of it. So in the midst of those hard times, remember that there's still so much growth. There's still so much maturity that you're gaining within your marriage, with you as a woman, as a wife, and for you both as a couple. So although the times are hard, although it may seem like they are forever, this is just a season, and this can be a season that can grow your marriage in ways that nothing else can. I know for my husband and I, it has been those defining moments in our marriage, those those hard times and where it's like, okay, we could allow this to overtake us, overwhelm us, or we can trust in God, put in the work, and get through this. And the season does change, whether that was us struggling financially, us struggling just trying to deal with the kids, and then having twins that are newborns, and never being around family in the midst of all that was overwhelming. It was hard, but it is in those seasons that help to shape our marriage, to shape us as individuals, me as a wife, him as a husband. And it is in those hard times that I can look back now and be like, okay, it was hard. Would I want to relive it? No, but I'm glad that we got through it because that season is over and now we're going to the good parts. Number 3 is take some time to spend some quality time away from your house. Now, this can be something as simple as a date night or a weekend getaway, or it can be a full-fledged couples vacation. I love them all and have done them all, both in the hard times and in the good times, because taking time to get out of your routine, away from your surroundings, can do so much wonders for your marriage. It does so much for you as individuals as well, just kind of getting out the routine and the surroundings, whether it's with kids or with work or whatever the case may be. Just taking some time to get away, get out of, whatever the situation or circumstances that you happen to be in, not having to just look at the hard times. Just taking some time away can do so much for your just peace of mind, for your well-being, and it does so much for your marriage. It allows you to see, okay, this may be hard, this may be overwhelming, and this may not be a good time or a good season for our marriage. But if we take some time to just focus on each other, take some time to just spend some time with each other, and remember that, it hasn't always been bad times. There's been some good times too. You can not just endure, but you can overcome. You can not just survive, but you can thrive. All right, that's it for today. And I want to know, what do you do when marriage is hard? What do you do when you just don't want to survive the hard times? You want to thrive after them. Let me know in the comment box below. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you press the subscribe button and turn your notifications so you don't miss a video. Oh, and I did not forget. So I created these awesome wife affirmation cards to encourage us daily, because wife life is not easy. And whether you're in a hard time in marriage or you're thriving or you're someplace in between, we all need a little encouragement, sometimes a daily encouragement, just to get through the day and to not just survive in marriage, but to thrive in it. So these awesome 21-day cards are a way just for you to be able to pour into yourself daily with positive affirmations about you as a wife. And to get your copy, make sure you check the description below, click the link, and sign up for your free copy of the wife affirmation cards, because marriage may be hard, but we are in this together to take our marriages beyond. All right, now, until I see you again, bye.